Good morning, everyone. We're continuing the Psukim of Bitachon. Today's pasuk is from Tzefanya, towards the end of the prophets, the prophetic period in Klal Yisrael. Chapter 2, verse 2, Lo shama b'koil. The Jewish people did not listen to the koil, the voice of the Nevi'im, of the prophets. Lo lacha musar. They did not accept the musar, the rebuke that they were getting. Hashem Bitachon, and they did not trust in Hashem. And it did not draw near to its God. Says the Navi, the prophet Tzefanya, Klal Yisrael over here was in a very precarious situation, and that is that the northern kingdom of Klal Yisrael was already destroyed. The 10 tribes of the Jewish people were sent into Golus, into exile. And the reason that it was a midah keneged midah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was punishing the Jewish people for their behavior, for their evil ways, for their sinful ways that they were doing. And therefore HaKadosh Baruch Hu always comes to warn. He comes to help the Jewish people brace themselves for what could be the worst, but if they'll do tshuva, things will get better. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu punished them by destroying part of the kingdom, and he sent off 10 out of the 12 tribes into exile. We haven't seen them since. Did Klal Yisrael do tshuva? No. Leilacha Musa, they didn't take the rebuke that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was sending them. When a person does not want to admit that they did something wrong, when a person doesn't want to admit that the one that is rebuking them is on a higher level, or even if they're not on a higher level, but they understand and they can see objectively what I myself am doing inappropriately, and therefore when they come along and they chastise me or they rebuke me and tell me to improve my ways, if I would be humble, I would listen to them. If I would believe that they know things more than I do about myself, I'll listen to them. But if I'm entrenched in my gaiva, my haughtiness, if I'm entrenched in my stubbornness and my ignorance, so then I don't want to hear anything that anybody has to say about the inappropriate and evil ways that I'm going in. Klal Yisrael is being sent direct messages from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A humble nation will submit itself before the Rabbi Shalom, and they will accept the Musa, the rebuke that they were getting, and they will end up turning around, doing tshuva, and they'll be able to push away whatever difficulties there are going to be. However, Klal Yisrael did not do that. Klal Yisrael saw the destruction. They realized the rebuke that they were receiving, and nevertheless, Lo Bitachon, they did not trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They did not trust in the Rabbi Shalom. They didn't trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu that He was watching over them. They didn't trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu that He was in charge of everything. They did not trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu that He was the one that was pulling the strings in Shemaim to get it, that they were going to lose the kingdom and that the tribes would go into exile, into Golus. And therefore, as a result of that, they did not come close to their God, to the Rabbi Shalom. When a person recognizes that everything happening in their life is coming from Hashem, and they accept the rebuke that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends them as a wake-up call to improve and become better people, then you come close to the Rabbi Shalom. But if a person goes through life, he sees things happening in front of him all the time, and he doesn't pause to think, how did this happen? Why did this happen? What's HaKadosh Baruch Hu doing? What does Hashem want from me? So then, like it says in the pasuk over here, you will not get close to Hashem. Everything that Hashem does in our lives is an opportunity to bring us close. He's waiting to bring us close. The question is whether we ourselves are going to draw close to Him. And if not, then, like it says in the pasuk, El Elokecha lo kareva, a person will have all of these missed opportunities in life. They'll see HaKadosh Baruch Hu's hand everywhere, and yet they won't see it. They'll see the midah keneged midah, the measure for measure, yet they won't realize it. They'll have an opportunity to trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and yet they will deny that chance. And then they leave this world after 120, and they never drew near to Hashem. On the other hand, someone who sees the writing on the wall and they understand that everything that's happening is from the Rabbi Shalom, and He is rebuking us and chastising us in order to bring us close, to improve us and make us better. So then your bitachon will be solid and it will be strong, and then you will draw near to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. May we be zeiche in Yetz Hashem to take advantage of the messages that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends us every day of our lives and use it as a way to draw closer and closer to Hashem. All the best.